time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Feel, don't think.
Fear is my ally.
The Force will be with you.
We are encouraged to love.
Be mindful of your thoughts.
I will not betray the Republic.
Hey, your worship, I'm only trying to help.
Scruffy-looking nerf herder.
I'm not afraid.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
Well, darn. Oscar Isaac is not going to do his panel at Star Wars Celebration in Tokyo. The stipulated reason is because there was a scheduling conflict. Okay, fine. He's got several things that are wrapped, several things that are in post-production. Here he is from the sequel trilogy, Dancing to La Cucaracha, or something like that. But there's no reason we can see in his IMDb profile to feel like there is a reason to back out of what is a very significant event for him to take part in. And we're trying to figure out what the real reason is. And Kamran feels like it's probably due to the fact they're trying to move away from the sequel trilogy. And in my opinion, he would be a distraction. StarWarsNews.net, Colin Scharf, posted the story. When you go onto the StarWars.com schedule thing, Isaac's panel has been wiped from it, and a new panel has been set up with a questionable person involved. But other than that, it looks to me that Isaac is not going to be part of Celebration. They have not yet wiped him off the appearance schedule where in the autograph stage area. So I'm not sure what that means. But he probably won't. He's not going to be there either. So why? Well, Jon Favreau doesn't want to have the sequel trilogy take any of the thunder away from the new direction they're going in. Okay, fine, I can see that. Also, there could be a chance where, in my opinion, if Kathleen Kennedy does show up, she could show up on that panel herself and cause trouble. Again, like she did with The Acolyte. And everybody knows that the sequel trilogy doesn't make money. It's girl power bullshit. And we want the Skywalker saga to be resolved in a good way. Look at the way Taylor Sheridan ended 1923. Two great romances intact, though one of the people in one of the two great romances passes away. She still remains the love of Spencer's life for the rest of her life. Okay? And he raises their son, John, who becomes John Dutton's, Kevin Costner's dad. Okay? And of course, Kara and Jacob are like Han and Leia should have been. That's what we should have had in the sequel trilogy. Keep it the Skywalker saga. And how come manly men, alpha males, can write romances and dweeby little fucksticks like Rian Johnson, Larry Kasdan, and J.J. Abrams can't? All right, is this what feminism does to men? It warps their own perception of what romance is. And considering that men are the more romantic sex, I'm asking a question. Okay, and that's just part of the problem with the sequel trilogy. The casting. Oscar Isaac is a passable actor, but he's not a movie star. He doesn't have charisma. He doesn't leap off the screen at you in when he's in a movie. I've gone to movies. He played an Armenian in a movie about the Armenian genocide in Turkey. I wasn't impressed. He's a character actor. There's a difference. It's not like when you see Gary Cooper walking onto a screen, or Clark Gable, or even Humphrey Bogart. Doesn't matter how a guy looks. It matters about the flame inside. Harrison Ford slides into the booth at the Mos Eisley Cantina. A movie star is born. All right. Oscar Isaac doesn't have that ability. He doesn't have that ability at all. I mean, but that's the level of casting that went on to make the sequel trilogy. Daisy Ridley, boring, British stick figure 2x4. Adam Driver, who looks like the cross between a scarecrow, a largemouth bass, and a bat. I mean, it's not that difficult to see the problems. And of course the writing, and then the woke shit. No one that's an actual Star Wars fan cared about any of these characters except Finn, whom everybody thought the movie was going to be about. And then, oh my God, the Chinese are racist bitches. We can't have a black man be the lead in the movie. So poof, gone. Okay. That's the problem. Okay. We have to walk away from it. Star Wars has to move away from the prequels or the sequels, because they hurt the franchise. Okay. That's why Jon Favreau wants to move away from them. I don't care what Gary Nerdrotic dumbass thinks. I mean, the guy sold drugs. Now he's selling rage porn to gaslight. Okay, think about it. Once a gaslighter, always a gaslighter. Okay? That's why I think, and I agree with Cameron, Oscar Isaac's not going to be there. Okay? He could have a scheduling conflict. There could be something going on. All right? The people on Cameron's Patreon, a lot of them, did come up with ideas that could possibly be the reason why he's not going to be there. But the fact of the matter is, there's a big hole there. And it's called, they're not celebrating the sequel trilogy and The Force Awakens 10-year anniversary. Okay. And that, my friends, is fine by me. Does anybody really care if this guy shows up or not? Very few people do. His character sucked. He's just a boring actor. And we don't really need to see any more of him. But let's go to see what's replacing him in that panel.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen. With the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force. Do not return to the temple. That time has passed. And our future is uncertain. We will each be challenged. Our trust, our faith, our friendships. But we must persevere. and in time, a new hope will emerge. May the Force be with you, always.
So, the Stars of Star Wars is the new panel that's taking over from the Oscar Isaac conversations with Oscar Isaac. Again, Vanessa Marshall, who was the voice of Hera Syndulla, is going to be joined with Mads Mikkelsen, Manny Jacinto, and Sam Witwer. So we're here. And this actually, everybody on this panel makes sense but one. Here's Vanessa Marshall. I think she would have been a great Hera Syndulla in live action. There are times when you kind of go, why do you guys do what you do in casting? If the voice actress could play the role, why couldn't she? You know, it's just, it's too weird. Then, of course, one of my favorite actors of all time, Mads Mikkelsen. I love both Mikkelsen boys. I love Lars Mikkelsen too. But Mads, first off, he's such a handsome guy, and he's such a great actor. And he, of course, played Galen Erso in Rogue One, and the bad guy in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. And like every other, the breathing you hear is Kojak. Like every other Danish guy you've ever seen, he's handsome as hell. So that's a good pickup, and it'll be fun to hear what he has to say about working with Lucasfilm in general. And I'm really glad both Mikkelsen boys are actually part of the Star Wars universe. So this is a great thing. Then we have somebody I don't like, not even a little bit, Sam Witwer. I don't give a shit if he was the voice of Darth Maul, and all the fanboys pee themselves every time they see him. He's arrogant. He attacks OG heroes like Han Solo, intimated that Han was a waste of time for the movies, and I'm like, go fuck yourself, okay? You're not George Lucas. You have no fucking idea why George had that in there, and thank God he wrote it, not you, dipshit. Then we have this guy, Queermeyer, from the show that's not getting a second season and was canceled, The Trasholite. Manny Jacinto. Why? Why? This is the question I have. If Oscar Isaac is suddenly pulling out of Star Wars Celebration, what is this guy going to? All right. The Acolyte did everything it could to hurt Ahsoka, and it hurt Skeleton Crew. They're being sued into the ground by the person who's going to be the line producer. All this is just a flash of Kennedy's stupid-ass decision-making. So there's still a problem. In fact, I almost look at it right now as being the bigger problem, because someone somewhere decided to make the powers that be on Facebook at the Star Wars pages and elsewhere urge, bully Disney to make a second season of The Trasholite. Why? Why is he there? These are the questions that need to be answered. But for sure, Oscar Isaac is not doing his panel, and due to what they call a scheduling conflict, due to scheduling conflicts or Jon Favreau saying we don't, and we're not going to talk about the sequel trilogy anymore. We're moving away from that. And this is really something that Celebration doesn't need. And, you can see why. It's going to muddy Mando and Grogu. The only issue we have now is why is Manny Jacinto showing up? So, if Oscar Isaac cancels his Celebration appearance, it's time for Manny Jacinto to move on too. I don't know about you guys, but if the Trasholite second season was canceled, why is one of the reasons why it was canceled showing up at Star Wars Celebration? This is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.